So today's agenda. Before we start with the agenda, I'd like to tell you something which is very interesting. In fact, we found out that our trading spotlight community we have on Traders Yard, there was an issue here somehow when it came to registering, and so now everything should be fixed and everything should be available for you to you as initially planned, in fact. So feel free to join us in this community here, ask your questions. You will see here in around, I'd say one hour from now, yeah, probably 1.5. You will get my next update on the open range breakout setup. Some of you probably remember that within this trading spotlight series here, we discussed two trading strategies, basic strategies, but still effective ones, profitable ones, and to get a better idea on how to use this in your trading and how to make the most out of this. So it's not that you use the strategy and then you keep on trading it and that's it, but instead, to get to know the process behind this, I make the two trades here in the DAX in the morning and then the S&P in the afternoon, then all day, not all day long, but every day, a topic here from Monday till Friday with the setups, and then yeah, we see how it works out or not. And to make this the best experience in general, I connected the account I'm trading here with FX Blue. So that means that there's a so-called account synchronization, which means that all trades which are done within this account are duplicated into the FX Blue environment. By the way, you should remember that because FX Blue will be a topic here of today's webinar too. But you can see then there how the strategy performs, and rather sooner or later, probably right now it doesn't make sense because we are on this project now for something like a month, I think. But there will be a day when we have a chance then surely to work through the generated results here in a webinar and to give an idea on what to make out of them now. And so the idea behind all this, to make long thing short, is to get to know the process, how to think like a trader, and also how to adapt under certain market conditions, how to use all the results generated within the account to evolve then in your trading to make the next step within your journey to become hopefully long-term profitable trader. So that's it around this. So again, Traders Yard, there was some difficulties with the registration process. Right now it should be fixed. The link here should be found then in the trading chat box within the, I think, yeah, next minutes, I think. And now let's have a look here at today's agenda and what we want to look at here. So the tools I prefer from the MetaTrader Supreme add-on here, the so-called mini terminal. And in fact, this is probably the heart of this tool. And you will see that this is something really nice, especially for those who are trading discretionary in the MetaTrader. MetaTrader, yeah, we all know it's already a little old, right? And it's not the MetaTrader 5. It's somehow a little younger or something, or it received a facelift, but still, for someone who traded, especially with proprietary trading stations from other brokers, there are some out there who are doing this, especially from a marketing perspective. They probably say, yeah, well, I want to stay with this broker because the MetaTrader is not giving me the feeling in my trading or not all the comfort I need to perform well. And I know that this is very important. So some might now say, well, this is ridiculous because at the end of the day, it comes down to making money and it doesn't really matter how the platform looks. This is not true. I can tell this from long years of experience and many people I talked with, traders I talked with. It's very, very important to feel comfortable with the trading station. If you don't like what you're seeing there, this naturally affects your overall trading experience and will most likely result in a negative result, or probably accelerate, let's say, a negative spiral here, which you're already, in which you might already be in. And now the thing is that brokers who have some kind of proprietary trading platform, they have kind of a monopoly about you, right? Because they can decide which conditions they give you. They don't need to be the most attractive broker in regards to commissions, in regards to order execution. They don't need to be, because they know even if they are probably worse than another broker, you will likely stay with them because of their platform and because you're used to this platform and you just do not like the MetaTrader. So here in this regard, also here, make long thing short, the mini terminal is a key component of this Supreme add-on, in fact, which makes it a very cool experience, just a very cool experience. So then we'll look at the so-called Connect add-on. Connect. This is it's very it's kind of I know the German word is Bieder. It's like yeah, you connect. Well, what can we make out of this? I can tell you, Connect is the tool where you get not only news, you're connected to the outer world in regards to news, but you're also connected, for example, to this analytical tool here around the FX Blue add-on, which makes it possible for you to get a first idea of how is your trading doing and where you need to make some adaptations, where you need to improve, and all this. And all this is included here within this Connect tool. Then also something very interesting, in fact, not for many probably, because if you're only trading one market, let's say, well, then the correlation markets probably does not play such an enormous role, even though from time to time, yeah, you could probably also have a look at other positively and negatively correlated markets. It's a very nice way to see if, let's say, two markets, like, let's say, Euro USD and GBP USD, or USD, JPY, and gold, for example. Are they correlated to each other or not? That might be of interest when it comes to risk management. When you decide, let's say, to go long in dollar JPY, this is usually a position which is negatively correlated to gold. So if you have a long signal in dollar JPY and then you decide at the same time to go short in gold, it could be that you are with two trades positioned in the same direction, if you want. And from a risk and money management perspective, this needs adaptation. So you need to probably scale down your position size a little here in one or the other position to make sure that you're not over leveraged in the market. And the correlation matrix is a very nice tool to find out about this. Then the market manager, that's something I have to say, I mean, you can see I'm wearing glasses, and you will see how I use the market manager. So sometimes the MetaTrader is quite small when it comes to the size of the writing within the platform, and the market manager makes it possible to really enlarge this to a level where I say this is what I need to see. So big letters which don't leave room for interpretations here or something, but just big letters. This is how I use the market manager, but this is something I will show you then when we are here. And yeah, sentiment trader, also something which is of interest probably. So this is an English-speaking webinar, but last week when it came to the Monte Carlo simulations, I already mentioned this. I'm located in Berlin, Germany, something we want to talk a little later on here when it comes to Admiral markets. So I'm also known in the German-speaking trading community with speeches and presentations here in German, and I'm also a book author. And my first book on forex trading, it's just a German book, so no need to become overly excited now, because for the English-speaking world, that's probably not of such high interest, let's say. But the main topic of this book was on sentiment, and that's one of the reasons why I also like this add-on here, the Sentiment Trader, which makes it possible for you to identify an advantage, especially based on retail clients. And there's this tendency that you say retail clients tend, based on their natural tendency to avoid losses or avoiding realizing losses, that they tend to let losing trades run and cut winning trade short and just grab what they can get here. And so this is some way you then say, okay, if the sentiment shows a net short position, for example, long side should be favored and the other way around, in fact. Yeah, and so that's it on the agenda. This is me. So I don't want to go into details again around my person. I mentioned already the most interesting thing probably. I'm located in Berlin in Germany. And I've given an interview to Admiral Markets to get a better idea. And it's not just on my work stations here where I was located and where I went to university and all this, but it's more on how I got started in trading, in fact. And you will find this below the recording of this webinar here, below the YouTube video here in the box below, a link to the interview I gave there. Probably it's of interest for some. And still, I nevertheless want to focus here more on Admiral Markets, the company, the broker behind the series, and the broker who's making all this possible here. I already mentioned it, and that Admiral Markets is located in Berlin, in Germany, but it's not only located in Berlin, in Germany, but it's located around the globe. So there are offices in UK, there's offices in Chile, there's offices in Australia, there's an office in Estonia, for example. So around the globe, in fact. And why do I mention that? It's important because if you decide to open an account with Admiral Markets and you decide to trade and there is a question, you can reach out to the customer support and we'll find someone with a very high likelihood in your native language, in fact. Beside that, it's not only the great customer support, but also that Admiral Markets is in the markets for, I think now, 18 years. I think 2001, the company was established. Is currently one of the biggest players in this Forex and CFD universe, with over 8,000 financial instruments being offered. So a real multi-asset broker, offices in 20+ countries, licensed, sure, FCA, EFSA, CISEC, ASIC. ASIC is the Australian regulatory body here. And this is also something which is worth noting here. Again, coming back to the fact that I'm located in Germany. In Germany, we refer to Admiral Markets as the so-called DAX expert, or the best, probably one of the most competitive. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say best or the most competitive, but one of the definitely brokers when it comes to the offering, especially in the DAX, with a spread of 0.8 points here during the main trading hours. In fact, I'm trading an account with Admiral Markets. It's the so-called Admiral Prime account, and I'm trading an account with this, which has a 0.2 point spread, and I'm paying a commission on top of that. And that has to do with the fact that I'm trading on an intraday time frame, and there a lower spread can make a difference between getting stopped out or reaching the take profit level or not. Yeah, so that's it. Now the question, where to find the Supreme Edition for the MT4, MT5 here, in fact. So this is, now I'm guiding you through the steps here. Go to admiralmarkets.com, the website, then go to platforms, then click on MetaTrader Supreme Edition. So you can scroll down here, you can find it there, and there, I'm sorry, that was, yeah, that's where you find it. So you click on this one, and then you are capable of downloading it for yeah, whichever platform you want, in fact. So MT4, MT5, and you find also all details around these add-ons here, then described on the platform. And now the target of this webinar here is to get you through my favorite add-ons, in fact. And we want to start here with the Supreme add-on number 1, the mini terminal. I talked about it already, and I said this is what makes the MetaTrader competitive when it comes to especially proprietary trading platforms from other brokers, and which makes the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 really, really innovative, in fact. It's the centerpiece of MTSE. It's MetaTrader Supreme edition here, and it's discretionary trading favorite. Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. The centerpiece, yeah, sure. The centerpiece of my discretionary trading. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's easy one-click trading with the new order ladder, easy and efficient position calculation, and all in one, the big mini terminal. This is what you see here. But yeah, now we could just switch to the next slide and have a look here at the Connect add-on. But I think it makes the most sense now to have a look here into the MetaTrader, enter the MT5. There we have it. And so what we want to do is I want to show you how to after you included this add-on here, the Supreme add-on within your platform, where to get it. So most of the time we're talking here about expert advisors. There's also others, it's indicators, like for example here you can work then with the so-called Donkin channel and everything. So these are indicators, and sometimes you need to download them from external sources, and some of them are already included here. Also the Admiral calendar, for example. I'm not sure, in fact, is it already included here? Let me just have a look here. Yeah, there we have it. So this is the calendar. Unfortunately, it takes a little time here, but there you can see all news events, for example. So let me just give it a look here. So balance of trade Japan, this is a Monday in the morning, for example. Yeah, okay. So this is an indicator, but what we want to look at here is the mini terminal, and it's an expert advisor. Then you scroll down to the Admiral mini terminal and you double click, and then a window appears on my other screen. So this is how it looks like. And now you have to make sure certain things. This is also what you have to make sure when it comes to the other expert advisors. But let me just guide you here through this as an example. You have to make sure that automated trading is allowed. So there you have to check this box. I'm also checking this box here, allow modifications of signal settings. And then the inputs and everything stays the same. Sure, you can adopt this, but this is not necessary here. And then you click OK. So this is where the mini terminal appears then. And in addition to that, you now allowed live trading within the mini terminal itself. Yeah, there we go. You also have to make sure here below tools and options that the box is checked where allow automated trading is checked here, and that you also allow DLL imports here, and that you click OK here. Okay, so yeah, this is what you get to see then. Okay, so this is where you get to see the big mini terminal box, and here's the order ladder, and you can also get this out here. In fact, I'm sorry, no, that was the wrong one. Let me just do it that way. So there you can also take it out here. So you don't need to have it included there, and probably we leave it right here, right, like that. We leave it that way. And first of all, I want to show you how to use now this order ladder tool here. So there you can see it here. You can put a buy limit in, or you can, if you go above the current price, which is here, can be seen with this gray line, you can then work with a buy stop. We don't want to be triggered right now, or well, let me just do it that way. So now have a look here. So I have now the buy stop. You can see also here I have to change this position size. By the way, here I can change it here, the lot size, but this is predefined. So I have to predefine which lot size I want to trade. So okay, then what did I just do? There we go. So I have a buy stop here, and now look here. So if I go down here, you can see, oh cool, what happens here? Well, this is the stop I can place directly within this ladder. I have to right click, I'm sorry, left click once again here, and then I can also go here on the other side, and I can place a take profit level on the upside. Click, and then the order is entered. Okay, you can see it here. Right now, buy with a break to new highs above that level. In fact, placing my stop here, having the take profit level here. Very quick, very easy. So I don't need to click here within this. Click on new order and then type it in here. Have to change the order, immediate or cancel, fill or kill, or market execution, a pending order. Here buy stop and everything. But I can do all this here within this order ladder. In fact, I don't need to go this extra mile, let's call it here, via the classic MetaTrader 4 way, in fact. So this is one way to do it. You can then click, by the way, also left click on this, and then you can change it here. The stop loss, for example, you can change the take profit depending on where you want to have it. Fixed price, you can also say, okay, this is the stop price. I want to have a fixed cash risk. So I want to risk, for example, 100 euros or something. Set stop loss, and then you will see that here the stop moves. I mean, we are trading only one micro lot, so that means the stop has to be placed 1,100 pips away. Here in this case, at 64.70 around. Okay, so you can play around with this mini terminal, which makes it extraordinarily easy to place the orders compared to the way before. But that's not it. I mean, there's plenty of other choices. We now delete this order here. We take this out. And what we instead do is we want to work here with the big mini terminal. So I include it here, and then you can see everything. And there's also plenty of great opportunities. So it's not only that you here obviously can change the volume. So for example, if you say, I want to trade here 2 mini lots, for example, you click on that, or 3 lots, whatever size you prefer. But also you get information on your account. So right now we have no positions open, but here you can see the floating P&L. If I had some positions open, you would see it here, the floating P&L. You could also see the equity and balance, margin in use, and everything. All the information you usually have here within this window, you have it then here within your chart. There's information on your open positions in this case. So currently, obviously, there's no open positions here, but let me just do it that way. So if you click here on, it's probably a little too much. Let me just go down here, 1 micro lot. If you click now on this button here, boom, trade open. You see, you can do it with 1 click within this tool here, and you buy market then 1 mini lot. You can see it here, or you can see it here. Buy 1 mini lot at 75.18, and there's the P&L running. Yeah, and that's it, in fact. So you have the order number here. Stop loss is not placed, but you could change it. So let's assume you say, I want to have a stop loss then here with a fixed price. No, not a fixed price, but let's work with a fixed cash risk. Let's say we want to risk 50 euros. We set the stop loss. You can see it here. So it's automatically placed then 50 euros away based on your current position size you're trading. So very quick. No big difficulties here, and the same is true surely here for the take profit on the upside. You have then the chart symbol tab. This is something, since we have 20 minutes left, and we have 4 other tools I want to show you. We won't go through all this here right now, but probably something which is very interesting, and this is really cool. In fact, some of you probably have seen it or had problems or difficulties in the past. So you might have said, okay, I want to, let's say, enter the market here at 100, and then I want to take 100 euro risk, for example. So where do I have to place the stop, or what pip size do I have here within this Euro USD or dollar JPY position or whatever? The great thing here about this lot size calculation is you could say, I'm placing, let's say, my stop 50 pips away, okay, from the current level, and then I want to risk 50 euros. And there you get your lot size calculated directly without using a calculator or something, but you have it within here, this mini terminal, and you have it also given for the current, in this case, the currency pair you plan to trade, in fact. So which is really cool and makes it very easy in a very quick way. You can calculate your position size accordingly here. You can see the pip value per lot, which is currently 9 euros. Okay, so you have 50 pips stop. You are working with a position size here, in this case, of 10 micro lots. You want to risk 50 euros. Okay, then you can, I'm sorry, no, and then you can trade 11 mini lots in this case, so which means 0.11 in this case. You get also information here on the symbol. Okay, where's the current trend, where's the current momentum, where's the current strength and everything. So all in all, a great tool. I think it becomes obvious here why I really like this tool, because it makes so many things so much easier when using it within the MetaTrader, which you had to do by hand in the past, or where you had to download somewhere some kind of indicator or something, which is then displaying you whatever component within your chart, so that you get a better idea or something. Everything's already included here within this mini terminal. So really, really cool tool, in fact. So let me just come back now to the Supreme Supreme add-on number 2, high-end trade analysis options, in-depth analysis of your trades, automatic compilation of charts, and export to data to Excel to work with them. So you can here show it that way, and this is only one function, in fact. So let me just do the same again. Let's go back to the to the MetaTrader and click here on Connect, Admiral Connect. There you click on Yes. And then you do the same. You have to allow also here signal settings. Automated trading is allowed too. And now the chart disappears. So this is something which you have to understand. Don't do this within the chart you plan to place your trades in, but you have to open a separate tab here at the bottom. So if you want to trade Klatt Swiss franc, for example, then you have to go to NZD Swiss franc if you're not trading this, and open the Connect tool here. So I open it now, and so what you can see here is the news tab. So for example, dollar JPY about to fake out above 109. This is an article which was published in the morning on the traders block, no, in the technical analysis, I'm sorry, technical analysis section on the website from admiralmarkets.com. A piece, by the way, I've written. So if you're interested in that, download the Supreme add-on, click on Connect, include the Expert Advisor, and then click here on the first tab, or go to the website, whatever. But this is the first great thing. So you don't need to go to the website over and over again, but you can open here, or you can see the updates in this section, traders block, respectively technical analysis, within your trading platform. So you don't need to go to the website. You also have a chance here to have a calendar included. Okay, so let's say you want to have only the medium and high impact news events of today. So Friday, October 18th, there you can see it. Chinese data is already through. In the afternoon, there are several other FOMC members who will speak. This is probably something which is then of interest for dollar JPY traders. That's why this technical analysis piece is probably of worth. There's other functions I don't want to show right now. So you have here a direct link to the Facebook community, for example. You can ask your questions there, for example, when it comes to trading. You can also here connect directly to the Admiral backend and deposit, withdraw money within your account here. And this is what we want to talk about, respectively. What I've just shown is the trade analysis tab, and this is probably something you have seen already. It's again, it's FX Blue connected, so you can see all your trading results you have within your account here at one glance. You have all data on total return, number of trades, and which assets, and everything. And nevertheless, I'd like to say something. This is only to get a first idea of how is your trading doing within your account. I'm using the same thing, but in a way more detailed way in our Traders Yard community. Let me just go over here. So this is our Traders Yard community, and here, have a look at. Let me just here. I make it Traders Yard TY. Okay, and here you can register. Now, this is what I referred to at the beginning when I said there was some trouble to join the community. You can still join the community for free. So feel free to click on the link, register here for the community, and here is an idea of what you can expect here. From at my end in this case, but it's not only me, but it's also the webinars here from Marcus, the webinars from Paul. If you scroll down a little, I'm a little more active here, let's say, because I have 2 intraday setups, but there's also setups from Marcus, for example. Somewhere here it will appear. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. So where do we have it? Marcus, don't let me down. There's Marcus here. So there's the thought of the day, for example. So you can ask all your questions when it comes to the people here doing this trading spotlight series. But what I want to show you is the tracking of our trading so far within this community. When I said this, there's the account sync. You can see here that it's obviously the same as here. Okay. But this is a little more detailed. You have also stats on your trading every day, for example, day of the week, how you're performing every Monday, let's say. You have risk parameters like how big is our risk of ruining the account, for example, given the current data. You can see it here. Profitability of a 10% loss currently is only 1.8%. This is given the fact that we had a very strong start within this project here. But it's not about performance. It's all about knowing how to, first of all, document your trading and then draw conclusions out of what you just documented. And this is something, coming back here to the, this is something which you can beautifully do here at first glance with this add-on Connect here. It's one of the reasons why I really like to get it. It's, again, only to get a first impression on my trading. And if I want a deeper look into this, then I have to connect my account to FX Blue, and then there's another deeper way to analyze my trading here. So that's it on this second add-on. Now, the correlation matrix. This is how it looks like. It's quite colorful. I'll get you through this, what it means. First of all, let's go through these 3 bullet points here. So I already mentioned it. You can track correlations between different markets. So you can create your own correlation matrix. So it depends on which markets you may trade. And then you say, okay, I want to have this market within this matrix. I want to have this one and this one. And then you can create this matrix here depending on your personal trading, on your markets we are trading. Yes, yeah, the question, can we review this webinar later? Yes, you can see the webinar over the weekend. I'm not sure whether it will be published already tomorrow on Saturday or on Sunday, but over the weekend it will be available within the YouTube channel from Admiral Markets. So feel free to also go there and check out. By the way, if you like what you're seeing, please give us a thumb up. Yeah, this is very important for us. Or you can also give it some thumb down, by the way, but we prefer the thumb up, okay? So let's come back to the correlation matrix. Okay, so you can create your own correlation matrix. You can compare and trade 2 markets at the same time. And there's 2 ways. I want to focus on one. I want to focus on the correlation matrix, not on the correlation trader. But the correlation matrix, this is how it looks like. I will click here again on correlation matrix, and then yes. And then we want to go here, okay. And there we have the correlation matrix. So you can see here, I have only 4 markets: dollar JPY, gold, Euro USD, and GBP USD. And you can see here, you can also choose your time frame. So I'm currently focusing on the daily chart, and I'm looking at the last 300 bars, which means the last 300 days. And so what you get here, for example, dollar, JPY, gold. You probably remember I mentioned it at the beginning. Those 2 markets are correlated to each other. In this case, negatively correlated. So if one rises, the other should drop, and the other way around. The reason for that can be found within the yield sensitivity of both markets. So what we know is that gold has no yield. And the same is in fact true for the JPY. So it's a currency, but still it's a low to 0 yield currency. And that given means nothing more that both markets tend to have a strong positive correlation to each other. This is given the fact that we are here looking at dollar JPY. And in addition to that, there's also, for example, then an effect which means that there's some let's call trend stability resulting out of this. This is true for gold, but also for dollar JPY, for example. But what's of higher interest is here, if you click now on this, you get an explanation. So if there's a minus 88, you get here a strong negative correlation. Positions in the same direction on these symbols are very likely to cancel each other out. Positions in opposite direction will have similar profit. Why is this of interest? Again, because from a risk and money management perspective, just imagine you're trading two strategies, and one strategy says, okay, I'm gold long now, and the other says I'm $JPY short. So you have, in fact, the same position in two different assets, given this high correlation. Okay, it's not 100%, but still, it's very, very likely that if one rises, the other will drop, and the other way around, which means nothing more than you have to reduce your position size to not over leverage your account. So this tool here is not very spectacular. You look at it at first glance and you just think, okay, cool, now I have some colorful panels here, and okay, beautiful. But from a risk and money management perspective, it's a highly effective tool because you have at first glance an idea of how leveraged are you currently in the market. And if you feel, or if you can see, obviously, that you have a position which is positively or negatively correlated to each other, and you're over-leveraging your account, you have to find ways to reduce your position size probably. And most, hopefully, you will do this before you enter the trade. But this is something why this correlation matrix is of high interest also for me, and it's a very, very effective and very strong tool, in fact, in my trading. So yeah, that's it on the correlation matrix. Let's now go back here again, the next slide. So this is the correlation trader. I left it out for good reason, because this is not what we want to look at here. But this is also something you could then show, for example, here in this example. Let me just see. Yeah, it's Euro USD and $JPY. And there you can see on H1, for example, there's a high negative correlation, which is also already showing that you should be really, really careful when it comes to positions which are in the same direction, which could mean that they cancel each other out. Or if you're trading in the opposite direction, that in this case, then, for example, you, again, have a tendency to over leverage your account, and then probably risking more money on one trade instead of having not a diversified portfolio in this moment, but having a position which is going in the same direction, similar direction at least. So the market manager, you will see the market manager in a way which I do not use it. I want to show it to you. Again, I wear glasses, and the reason you will soon see why. So the market manager is a tool, is an add-on which is giving you everything at a glance. Okay, you can track different time frames and markets at once. So it's a very great tool, in fact. So if you have several monitors, for example, you can use this tool and then have a market on every monitor, for example. So in a very classic way, you answer the question, where's the action? You track different time frames at the same time. This is especially interesting from price action traders, or also Dow theory traders probably, who probably are aware of the fact that there's different time frames which are showing you the same price action. Still, you can then draw conclusions out of lower time frames, for example, being dominated. Let's put it differently. You have a daily chart, for example, and you have an hourly chart. And now assume we are trading the hourly chart. And then you will probably tend to say, okay, here I get a long signal. Still, it can make sense to say, okay, I'm not taking the long signal here, since the dominating time frame, the daily chart in this case, is currently in a mode where I should be really careful, because I tend to be overrun. I don't want to overcomplicate this here right now, but you can probably understand that sometimes you could find yourself in a mode where you tend to say, okay, I want to enter the market long here, since I plan to buy into this retracement, and then you find out that in the dominating time frame, the daily time frame, the market tends to probably present itself not in an accumulation area, but in a distribution area, where then the big market players start to sell their material, let's say, which could mean that, based on the fact that the time frame you're looking at here, which is dominating you, dominates you, has more firepower, let's say, and it trades bigger volume, that this is increasing the chance of you getting overrun within your position. And that way you could start to optimize your entry into the market and start to somehow find solid ways how to try to improve your overall hit rate in this case, for example. And this is something you can easily achieve then with this market manager. Sure, you can also track different markets at a time. And now I want to show you how I use it, because what happens if I click here on the, one second, if I click here on the market manager, where do we have it? There. Click. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong, here. There you have it. So it's big, and this is good. This is usually how I use it. I mean, sure, I could also have now the charts being displayed, and it's not only the market watch which is of interest here, but it's also great. Now you can check all your open positions. There you can see it here. Okay, I'm sorry. No, it's only the profit here. So there's nothing more here on the right side. You can also check here your position, for example. If you now enter another position, let me just do it that way. The problem now is here, if I buy another 10 mini lots, you will see it will be automatically added, in fact. So I buy. Okay, so here I have 2, and there I have 2. So this is also something which is great, because it's already summing up the whole position here in this regard. And then you have also a chance then, for example, to, let's say you only want to look at euro pairs, for example. So euro crosses here. So everything which is euro denominated here, for example, also a great way to do that. You have open and pending positions there. Now you can see that those two are splitted, but here open positions, they are summed up here, for example. So there's 2 ways for you to find this out. You can also get an idea on your account here, the value. This is the euro value in this case. The balance, the equity is currently down because the position is not moving in our direction. Yeah, and everything like margin in use and all this. So you can also have here an idea of how much margin of your overall equity is in use, 0.3% in this case. So this is how I use the market manager, in fact. Yeah, and that's it, in fact. So it's nothing really spectacular. I just want to show it to you because I use it, and for authenticity purposes, I think that makes sense to just give you an idea of how I use this tool then. And now let's come to the final tool here, the sentiment trader, the real-time market sentiment as a confirmation or fail-safe for trading decisions, current long or short sentiment for an instrument, a dashboard of currency sentiment for multiple symbols, and a chart of historic sentiment plotted against price. So what I usually do is I only look here at this number. And let me just open this also here. Sentiment trader, where do you have it here? Okay, so, and this is how it looks. And there you can already see, okay, why are we long here? Why did we buy? So, no, this is a little unfortunate. Let me just change this. I think this has some difficulties right now because, or no, it's not difficulties, but probably takes a little. Let me just look here at Euro USD. So there, and the most liquid currency pairs there, you can see very quickly. It's quickly calculated. So there you can see something which has 19 long percentage. So what does this mean? That means nothing more that most of the traders are currently short in the Euro USD. I mentioned this already at the beginning, and we had this in one of the webinars on loss aversion, respectively, behavioral finance. This is the main reason here. Loss aversion, market participants in this case, retail traders, they tend to let losing trades run and cut winning trades short. So this is the base idea behind this, and that means nothing more that if you see the market here showing such a low long percentage, you should then favor such a low long percentage, you should favor long engagements. In fact, you should do the opposite from what retail traders usually tend to do. So that means, on the other hand, that's what's written here. When you can see it here, confirmation or fail-safe for trading decision. So if I plan to trade the market long and we have a net short position, which it can be seen here, so the opposite from only having 90% long, that means nothing more that most of the traders need to be short right now. So this red area here is then increased, or it's enlarged, and it's the bigger part of this graphic here. Then you should favor long engagements, the opposite. So you should go against the trend. So if most of the people are short, you should go long, or the other way around. If most of the traders are short, so that means the blue color here has a majority, then you should favor the short side, in fact. Or if you plan to short the market right now, then you should probably wait until this sentiment here has reduced a little, because right here, when entering a short position, you would enter the market in direction of the retail traders, which usually tend in the long run to lose money. And this is something which is where this tool really gives you a great idea of where is the majority positioned right now, and do I want to be positioned with the majority or against it? Usually want to be positioned against it, in fact. Yeah, and so that's it on the 5 add-ons here. In fact, from my end, so I've already had a quick watch here at the quick glance at the watch. So let's here look at the summary once again and all those 5 tools. So the mini terminal, it's an easy one-click trading and position calculation tool. You have seen that. It's very, very cool. In fact, you can easily find out which position size you should go for by example, let's say, risking 50 euros on a 50 pip stop in whatever currency pair you like. Connect is an in-depth analysis of my trades, in fact. You also get information on recent research being published on the website, in this case from Admiral Markets, or the economic calendar. I use it in in-depth analysis of my trades, or to get at least a first glance and then go deeper into the analysis here on FX Blue, where I have the account synced. The correlation matrix compares and trades where you can compare and trade 2 markets at the same time. Again, the main question, the main reason using that in my case is to make sure that you do not over leverage your account when trading 2 negatively or positively correlated markets with each other, depending on which direction you trade here. So the answer the market manager delivers is, where's the action? So in my case, I use it as a large tool for prices especially. And then we have the sentiment trader as a confirmation or fail-safe for trading decisions, in fact. So if the majority goes long, you should favor the short side, and the other way around. So yeah, that's it from my end. Don't forget us to join us next time. So on Monday, Paul will be here, and we'll teach you the versatile swing, or one versatile swing trading strategy, including what does it mean to be a versatile trader, how do we identify the best setups, a simple versatile swing trading strategy, and it will be on Monday, same time, 21st of October, so 3 p.m. German time, in fact. Check your inbox for the link then, for the webinar link. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, thumbs up. And please feel free to register for the webinar. It's for free on the website, also admiralmarkets.com. Go to the education tab here in the header, and there you find webinars right at the top. And there you can click on and then just check the trading spotlight section here, in fact. And yeah, there we have the website again, admiralmarkets.com. Here are the contact details, so the email address, YouTube channel, and also Facebook. And very important, I mentioned this several times at the beginning, FX CFD brokers, which are regulated as Admiral Markets is, have to publish here a risk disclaimer. So feel free to read it. And now that's it from my end. So have a nice weekend. I look forward to next week. Next week I'll present you a strategy, a trading strategy, FX trading strategy. And we talked about sentiment already today. It uses sentiment as a filter, in fact. So feel free to join me there. I really look forward to it. And all the best from my end. So have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. Talk to you soon. See you, and bye-bye.